Hello and welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy, and today we're going to be doing another full review episode. If you're new to the channel, hello, welcome, come on in. All my returning viewers, you know how we do. Oh boy, you know how we do. Sometimes it's embarrassing, but it's okay. We're moving on. Today's full review episode is going to be of the IWAI. Sounds like E.T. IWAI. IWAI. So that's exactly how you pronounce it. IWAI. This is a Japanese, this is a peculiar one. It's a 45, which means it is a 45% ABV, 90 proof, 45% right there. Give you a look at the back side, 45%, IWAI 45, Mars whiskey, imported through California. Humbo Shuzo, head office. Nagano. Is it Nagano or Nagano? I've heard it both ways, but I've heard it more as a proper Nagano. I guess it depends on dialect and region, right? We get that here in the States as well. Oops. Let it get away from you a little bit. Some things can be said like Arkansas. I've heard people say Arkansas. Whatever. Let's move on. So some important things to keep in mind. I got plenty of information about this, but first of all, Mr. Randy is a 3-part series. First part, off the rip, get it home, crack it open, share my first pour, my first impressions. Bruh, that's what we do. That's what I do. Anywho, part 2, full review time, where we are at today. I drink it down, we put the cap back on it, put it back on the shelf, let it sit for a week and a half, 2 weeks. There is a schedule. We come back to it, but before then, we go online, we find out more than I've gotten off of most other bottles. You would not believe some of the information I've gotten off of bottles, and absolutely bunk all. But then again, we did get some stuff today, so we're going to talk about it, score it, continue to drink it, because part 3, final pour, thusly named, we'll have the final pour compared to the first pour off the rip and everything in between. It's been too long since I've gotten back into these Japanese whiskeys. I'm looking for Mr. Randy's handy dandy whiskey color scale. I'm going to take this. By the way, that is a beautiful color. It's like light liquid gold in a glass. But let's check the scale, shall we? Ooh, I don't know. To me, it's kind of coming in as a deep brown. It's not quite that far. It's like between these two actually, but. If it matters what color it is. So let's talk about this, shall we? On the nose, I'm getting light fruit, toffee, caramel, some white pepper. If you go too deep in the glass, you're going to get a nose full of ethanol. It's got a relatively nice one. So they claim that this was made specifically for cocktails because it's going to have a little bit of a higher proof. The flavor profiles are going to be more edgy, a little more rough. That way, when it smooths out in the cocktail, you're still going to be able to pull it out of the cocktail and say that's whiskey in there, which is, I guess, fine. We've drank plenty of whiskeys and whatnot that were meant specifically for mixing cocktails and stuff, but they say they use ex-bourbon barrels, don't say from where, that's fine, and that they age them in these barrels from anywhere from 2 to 5 years. When they split that difference, it tells me that they're possibly mixing. Yes, it is mixed. I'm sorry, it is a blended whiskey. The mash bill is 75% corn with 25% malt, grain, and unmalted what? It didn't say. It just said malted grains and unmalted, maybe unmalted grains. They weren't specific. We're moving on. There are 4 more expressions down this IWAI line. There's a red, there's a black, there's a gold, and I forget what the other one is. But this is coming from the Mars Shinshu Distillery in Nagano. Mr. Randy paid $34.95 out the door. And it's got a pretty, I don't want to say strong, but it's more like a prominent. It's like it's a good standing nose. Drinking this neat, it's definitely a little bit on the more heavier end. Put it in a cocktail, you're still going to know it's there, unless you got something really wild or something it'll just blend into. But let's go and get on the palate. It's quite oily. Not overwhelming, but just kind of like, it's almost a surprise. You know, the expectations gets kind of surprised. You're like, You know, you drink so many whiskeys, not all of them are truly oily. Some of them that can be oily will tell you that they've got glycerin. I'm not too sure about glycerin being in this bottle. I'll let you know on the final pour what I think. That's where it all really comes in, is that final pour. That's when you're told the absolute truth of the bottle. We'll take one more and we'll get that real story from her. Let's get it. She does have some good viscosity. Transfers well to the mouth. I got an instant flash of spice across the palate. I am getting some caramel, toffee, yes. That white pepper, we got a lot of that up front. Now it's kind of mellowing out. It's tapering off. We're getting some toffee. This has been, for a couple of years now, this has been rated as one of the best Japanese whiskeys you can get. It's also been rated as one of the best whiskeys you can get under $50 internationally. That might just be some promoting from these guys. They just might, yeah, let's, how much for you to say that? I've seen this since the very beginning of Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits back in 2025. It was January 2025. I didn't actually start releasing videos on YouTube till, what was it? No, April? Yeah. Yeah, so it was about a year ago. So the channel's a year old. Yay! I planned on skipping that whole thing about having like a little birthday thing for Mr. Randy. We did special bottles for, you know, waypoints, 100 bottle or 100 review. Then we did special bottles for holidays, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year. We didn't do anything for any other special events, but we did some stuff for March. Yeah, we did some stuff for March. I don't think I didn't do anything for Cinco de Mayo. Do I got anything now? No. I might plan something for May. You know, Cinco de Mayo, you got to get some tequila going on, so we're going to have that rolling. So let's move on, shall we? So let's go ahead and get this finished. It's got a much better finish. It's got a much better finish. I would say, if anything, from off the rip, the full review has maybe just taken a slight step down. I believe the nose has changed somewhat because it has had a chance to off-gas, mellow out. Some of those nosing characters have kind of separated. I would say roughly the same thing could be said about the palate. The finish, on the other hand, has, I can't tell. If there is a difference, I can't really tell. I'm getting lots of gum, lips, cheeks, nothing on the tongue because it all hit right up top. It flashed us. And then we got some heat finally starting to want to build up in the back. Not much. That's a pretty solid finish. And as I understand it, the Japanese that do like to drink whiskey neat, this is about roughly where their tastes like to lay. Smooth, refined sort of feeling to it. Nothing that's overbearing. I also understand that a lot of their ABVs that they have locally, like nationally, they sell within the nation of Japan, have limits. They have limits on how much the ABV. Someone told me it was like 37. I'm not sure. I did not look up that, but I will look that up, and it will be in the final pour episode. So let's score this, shall we? It's $35. Well, for me, it's $35 out the door. It's got a lot of good information. A few potholes here and there that you hit. Besides being made for a cocktail, it's pretty decent drinking it neat. Got a lot of good stuff here. I think this is a pretty good one. Let's give it a good score, shall we? Solid 4 out of 5. How about that? Solid 4 out of 5. Could be better if the taste palate profile lingered a little bit more, but I've also been told that that's the general preference for their palate in Japan, is that they don't like it to linger too long. They just want to drink it, have the experience, let it go, have it again. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe one day I'll go over there and find out for myself. Yeah, my fair price for this, I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. I think that's pretty fine. $35 out the door for this. Okay. Would I buy this again? I would have no qualms about it, but I'm not really motivated to, seeing how as there are 4 other expressions down the line. The next one up is like $40-something. Then there's like a $50-something. And then from there, I think it jumps up to like $100-something. And after that, I think it's, don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it area. Yeah, so there it is. If you liked the video, I don't know if I did that, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button just in case. Subscribe to the channel if you're not. That way the videos always come to you. You'll never miss an episode. And I'd like to know in the comment section, where are you at? Are you in Japan? What are you drinking? Are you drinking the 45? If there's anything going on interesting in the world of libations around you, I'd love to talk about it. Love to talk to IWAI. As always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. Have a good one.